All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for April 10th. So, I heard we got some big life skill bartering in particular updates today, and a few other changes, and hopefully they're good, so we're going to read that together. If you want to read all this yourself, I'll leave a link in the description to the notes we're about to read. It's translated from Korean to English, so just keep that in mind. I'll try to make it make sense. But with that said, Global Lab Notes are the test server, comes to the live servers the following week, and let's see what we're getting next week. All right, so barter is content where adventurers generate revenue by trading goods. The important part is they've added tier 6 and 7 trade routes, and those basically make more silver. So bartering has never really been terrible. It has just never been good. It's just kind of like something where you set it to auto path and you do it. You go watch or do something on your second monitor, and then you check back in every 5 or so minutes. But yeah, good to see bartering is getting a buff in a way. So let's see what's changed. Adjusted the weight of low-level goods to provide better accessibility for rookie captains starting out with bartering. So basically what they're saying is if your character sucks, it's going to be a lot easier, so you can transport more things from point A to B without having to go to your main hub. We're going to talk about some of this as well. And so level 2 items have been dropped from 800 to 400 weight, and the loading has been improved from stage 1 to 2. So these step 1 are like basically the tiers of the items. So let me see if I can show you this in game real quick. Hold on, let me swap over. All right, so basically, let's show you what this means. So you see all these items over here that probably have no meaning if you've never bartered in the game before. So you see how it says level 2 right here, right? And then these are level 1, level 2. You see how they're 800 weight? Next week, they'll be cut in half, so that's good. And then the level 5s are the big money one. They're going to have level 6 and 7 routes, that, as far as I know, and that's a good thing. All right. Okay, so the weight has been dropped a little bit. Level 5 materials, the ones you either turn into crow coins or silver. That's what you're going for. Stage 6 and 7, the new materials are way more, but also sell for more. So I'm kind of curious how much everything is going to be, like total routes for all the people who are guru sailing and everything. Let me know. I might actually have to get myself an advanced carrack. Right now I have a Valor, which I'm happy with, but like the advance is the barter boat, and we'll see how much more that will do. Parlay is reduced. I think that's what it means. Bargaining power is parlay. So changed, reduced number per exchange, and it's cut down by like at least 30%. That's good. Exposure range to, like, I assume this means, like, you know how when you click that barter button, how far you can click that button, as far as I understand. Trade good locations or for each thing has been changed. So the things that gave level 5 before are now level 4, and the new things that are like level 5 and up are going to be different. That's probably fine. Ocean trading, some Margoria trading. I know you either like doing this or you don't. If you don't like doing this, bartering is probably not for you. But yeah, ocean exchanging has been changed. 4 to change to different items and then different ones. Okay. The amount of crow coins you are getting has been increased per tier. That's good. I should actually probably start doing this again. Next week, we'll do a bartering video, just doing the route again. And I already have videos of it, but we'll just do another update after this change. And different Monos clothes, Monos accessories, and different trade goods have been changed. Items for barter have been deleted. Oh, so these, like, the level 5s are changing to level 4s, and then they're adding new stuff. Okay. Sudden bartering is like the special exchange, the thing where people are getting those Vel's hearts and stuff from that are extremely rare. Yeah, they're gonna include new items. The location of some structures that cause inconvenience in the Star of Margoria have been changed and removed. Oh my, have you ever grinded a spot and there's like one rock in the ground that like literally is annoying, but you have to go through it like every day? This is what it feels like, but for people who are sailing in the ocean. That is actually good. They are, taking out a lot of clutter in this game, and I think that's overall good for the entire environment. Trade goods for stage 6 and 7. Here are the locations: down at Hakovin and Arihaza, down by Port Eferia, and this is the one down Odraxia, I believe, the like the Papu Island, and down by Odraxia at the bottom, and then Morning Light Part 1 and 2, where you can get the new boat, and Nampo Island. So money in the middle. Ocean bartering. Yep, it's time to bring the boat out next week again. Step 6 and 7, like the trade materials, you get 50 to 100 mil. The weight and frequency requirement is irrelevant. Okay, so the different items are what we're looking for. It's actually very cool that they create all these different items for bartering. Like, it's just a nice attention to detail. I don't think anyone actually cares what the picture is because you're just exchanging it anyway. But the fact that they're making these is like, it's a really nice attention to detail. So good job. Filters have been changed in the bartering tab as expected. Blood altar renewal, altar of blood. I think I have a video of that from like 8 years ago. And if I don't, well, basically the way it works is you've ever done a wave defense kind of game where like you and 2 other people are standing to protect a tower, right? And then hordes of enemies come to destroy that tower. That's Altar of Blood. I've done it like 7-8 years ago when it was in the game, and they're bringing it back. So good for them. So yeah, this is not new to me, but for a lot of people, this will be new for you. I think it's pretty fun, and yeah, maybe we'll make some videos of that one. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I just TLDR'd this entire thing for you guys. And then here are the levels, stages, AP requirements. So hopefully let's be real. Do I think they balanced it? No. Do I trust PA to do any sort of testing before releasing anything? No. Do I think these are possible? Like, no one in this game, no matter how hard cap gear you are, your gear is 396 AP, including the shrine buff and everything. So yeah, your cap is 396. That means we're getting new gear at some point. But also, when it comes to the final wave, I think this is more going to be on the lines of, do you have a Shy in your group? Do you have a big AoE class like Guardian, Wizard, Witch, maybe a Nova, something like that? Then you're doing fine. If you are playing, a non-big AoE class, this is probably going to be hard for you. It is what it is. So, 3-person group, you queue in, you just do it. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's definitely different. I just hope the rewards are good. These things, the radiant things that you get from endgame spots, they now go up to a 350 stack. Is that good enough? No, I think it should be a 400 stack, because that's where people who are endgame slamming sovereigns on a 1% are using a 400 plus stack. But it is what it is. It's a good change, a good starting point. Anyway, getting or completing the highest award if you're a hard cap year, we'll give you 14 boxes up to from 300 mil to 1 billion each, and then you get 14 of those boxes and a bunch of 300, 250, 200 stack. That's good. If you can complete half of that, you get more gold bars, and then all this. Like, none of these things, none of the rewards are like unique. Like, you can get them everywhere else off the central market and everything. So it's not like, here's 1,000 magical shards or something. But I mean, it's not terrible. It's a couple, like, let's assume the worst. 300 mil times 14. You're getting about like 4.5 billion plus a bunch of other stuff. If you complete it, that's pretty good. It depends how long it takes you to do it. Like, I could grind out like 4 bill an hour if I'm going hard. If you're not as geared and you can do half of that, let's assume the worst. It is like 1.5, 2 billion probably in materials. That's good. And then if you just do it, you get a participation reward, which is a couple 100 mil. I mean, just play it for fun, I guess. The Radiant Origin integrated lower exchange. Oh, did they lower this? I thought it was 500 is the lower limit. They lowered it 375. Sure, I guess. And the upper exchange for the full one. So this one is the individuals. You combine it times 4 to get the big one. And that's about it. Did they really need to change the price? Maybe for the completed one, but not really for the individuals. They're not really common. I've done a lot of hours at the endgame spots like Zephyros, Star's End, and Sakraya. And I've gotten a few of them, but they're not common. So, like, it's fine. Improved inland fishing in Morning Light. And this one is Lake Edania by 1.2. Polka Dot Rays. I have no idea I haven't fished in Edania and Morning Light in like at least a year. So admittedly, I don't really know how well Edania and Morning Light fishing is, but if they're improving it, that's good. Remove treasure item appraisal. Don't panic. What this means is when you find a treasure item, it comes already appraised. I just TLDR this entire thing for you. So you know how you find these before? Now you find them. So you, like, when the treasure item drops, you just know what it is by default. So yeah, here are the things you are going to look for. The ones that are the least annoying are the ones over here. These are from, I believe, what is that? Sulfur Mine. Bottom 2 are Pilaku. Good old Elton piece that people struggle with. I spent over 500 hours going for my Elton piece back in the day. I will admit I don't know merchant ring pieces off the top of my head. Like, I don't know which one is which, but as long as you get 5 different ones, you're doing good. That's about it. So I already have my ring. This does not affect me, but it's a good change. Things just come pre-identified, essentially. Season 2 of Olvia Academy is starting not this week, but the following week. I don't know why it's not starting on the like same patch day. It's like a few days after, I believe. Wait, hold on. Let me check something. No, actually, no, I was wrong. I was just like, I'm 1 day off. Okay, so yeah, it is starting on maintenance. Never mind. Season 2. Very cool. So they probably changed a bunch of quests from, Season 1. If you're a veteran player or you have done Season 1, I think they're just doing some different ones. It's probably not crazy difficult. So it is that. For Shies, you can get a donkey now, which I always thought you could always get, but apparently they're adding a new quest. I'm gonna be real with you. The donkey for Shies is just a collector's item, and it's kind of like one of those role play items because even shies are using their T10 horse. Donkey is just kind of like, hey, I like role playing, or I like the lore of shies when they can ride on a donkey. That's cool, right? Yeah. There's that. UI world map search function improved. What in the world? That's a lot of text on the screen. Were people really confused about the world map before? I mean, like, I'm glad they're improving it, but it's just like, was this really an issue that people had? Of all the things you could change in Black Desert, you chose this. I mean, like, it is what it is. It's not bad. Like, if they're making things simpler for newer players, I think that's great. But I feel like there's a million other things I could list off that would probably be a little bit higher priority. Boss information improvement. Oh, these are just world bosses. Garmoth, Golden Pig, like, yeah, just world and field bosses. And what you can get. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice change. Don't think there's anything wrong with that one. So here's what we have been doing right now. You have an extra seasonal character. Put your seasonal character at the world boss. It doesn't matter what AP it is, but you don't even lose XP. You don't lose crystals. Put your character in Tuvala gear, and you're doing just fine. I don't think anything will change after this update. It's just telling you that, like, here, this is what, the health or something is. I don't know what this means, but I assume it just tells you how much health is remaining, and you can check it. But yeah, usually Garmoth dies in about 3 or 4 minutes. All you need to know is how long it takes on average for people to clear each boss. If there's no events, it's usually under 5 minutes. Some bosses despawn, but for the most part, like, Quentin Maraca, the troll, that people usually just let that one go, at least here on the NA server. Everything else dies under 5 minutes, so that's all you really need to know. Transport has been changed. Transport button has been changed. Guild info. Improvements to the Black Shrine reward method. Oh boy, let's see. Boss Blitz rewards are now automatically delivered to your Black Spirit safe at the time instead of manually collecting it. I think this is good because I know people who miss it, and like I know like they're casual players. Obviously, they're not clicking the button at like 0.10 on reset day. But yeah, now that it goes to your box, I think that's a good thing. It's like people who are, if you don't collect your rewards, it's like minus 10 bill a week. But yeah, that's good. Red Battlefield matchmaking improvements. Okay, well, you get a penalty for accept rejecting. Cool. Class issues. Various bug fixes that most people will probably never see. Controller issues. UI stuff. Nothing super game breaking, just small things and, good to know. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for today's patch notes. I thought it was an overall solid change. There's nothing bad. There's nothing like crazy out there. I think the highlight is the Altar of Blood coming back again. I wish I could have the same level of excitement doing this again as the first time I did it, but for all of you new players out there trying it for the first time, I think you'll have fun. For me, it's just another day of the rewards. But anyway, yeah, you know how in the past few weeks they've been doing class balances. No one got nerfed today, or no one got nerfed this week. That's always a good change. So yeah, I think that's really about it. Altar of Blood highlights, people who like bartering. This is a very good change. And that's about it. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I upload videos regularly, so if you want to keep up with game events or learn more about the game through my guides, that's what my channel is all about. So I will see you tomorrow. Peace.